And we are live. Hello and good day, everyone. This is Mainu going live from my business page. And as you have been following me, I've been interviewing various members from our business community over the last sort of 3 months, to know their journey. Why did they choose to become a digital entrepreneur or digital marketer, and what they have achieved so far. And before I introduce my today's guest, Jim Wilson, I'd just like to give some brief information about myself. I'm a biologist. Actually a molecular biologist. So I did a PhD from the University of Tasmania, Australia. And I'm also a martial artist. I hold a black belt from the International Shotokan Karate Federation, Japan. At the same time, I'm a digital business owner and mentor. I help people learn how to leverage the social media. This could be either their main hustle or their side hustle. I mean, as I said even yesterday, that this is 21st century. We are at the peak of technology and social media, and this could be itself a full-time profession, and I'm doing that at the moment. Exactly that. So now I'd like to welcome my guest today, Jim Wilson, all the way from Ontario, Canada. Jim, good morning. I think it's good morning over there. How are you doing?
Yes, it is good morning. I'm doing very well. Yes, thanks so much for having me. It's great to be with you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you as well. So, Jim, the first question to you would be that, obviously, I mean, why did you choose to become an digital marketer, and what is your background? What you used to do before becoming a digital marketer in our platform?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, going back, I actually am a licensed electrician by trade, and so I grew up in a family. My grandfather was an electrician, my father was an electrician, my great uncle was an electrician, my cousins are electricians, my brother and I were electricians. It was a big family business, and we worked within the trades for a lot of years. I was an electrician for 16 years here where we are. And that was great. Enjoyed the trades. So that's my background in terms of some of the study and training that I've done. Love music and other things. And then about 7 years ago, I actually became a pastor of a church in our town.
Yeah.
And always had a real heart for people and connecting with people and helping them through their different parts of life and all of that. So that was great. Love that.
Yes.
And still doing that, actually. So I do a little bit of electrical now and then when somebody needs a hand. But the bulk of my time is spent, in kind of ministry-oriented type things. Yeah. But, there was this need that we had that, was just very practical. I actually also have a big family. My wife, her name's Emma, and we have 6 kids. Our oldest is 13, just about to be 14, and then we have others right down to the age of 3. And so life is full. There's lots of noise, and there's lots of mess, and there's lots of love, and there's lots of adventure. So we love all of that, but we found that life was getting expensive. And one of the things that we do too is we're a homeschooling family. So my wife, she really loved to be able to teach our kids, just kind of give them a real good solid foundation. And then, when they were ready to go into school and kind of excel, we wanted it to be a really great experience, their education years. Yeah. So she does that, but it kind of left this, this void in the bank account, if you know what I mean, where things just were not always being met in terms of the dreams that we had. We could meet our everyday things, and thank God for that. We never went without food. We never went without clothes. We're so thankful. But the kids, they enjoyed things like hockey. Hockey's a big thing here, in Canada.
Yeah, I know. In Canada, ice hockey, yes.
And then the girls, they love to dance and do gymnastics, and we like to put them in music lessons, like yourself. You want to be able to experience other things, do some other things. And so those were expensive, especially when we had 6 kids facing them. So we thought, how do we bring in some extra income without always having to be out of the house or taking on extra shifts or taking on extra, side jobs, on the weekends that would call me away from my family. And that's when I started to look at something that had to be a lot more flexible. And that's kind of how we found the digital space.
Yes. Yeah. So Jim, it clearly explains the why for most of the people. Obviously, people are busy professionals. You have different engagements. People are engaged with various things, and I think whenever people I think people at the current moment, they are actually many people are doing many things in the online space, and people often think about doing a digital business or online business, but the first thing comes to their mind about the time, how much time they have to give. So now coming to that question related to, I think you could answer that better. So while you probably in Facebook or in social media, you experience many other platforms, what is the particular reason that this platform suits, busy professionals, so that they can start it initially as a side hustle, and obviously once it develops to good enough situation that they can earn enough to pay all their bills, then they can leave it and even quit their main job. So why would like a busy professional like you would start it as a side hustle? What are the facilities that we offer? Could you please explain?
Yeah. Yeah, the thing that Emma and I found as we were looking for something was we had time, but it usually came in these short little bursts, where I couldn't commit to, even an extra part-time job of set 4 hours, without giving up the chance to be able to go with my kids to their hockey games or their tournaments, or, if I was working on weekends, that was tricky enough as it was, because I already work on Sundays a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So to try and pick up extra stuff, I didn't have those big chunks of time. And so between Emma and I both, because we work in the online business together, we knew that we had bits of time here and there. If the kids went down to bed and I had a couple hours before we were going to go to bed, I could do a little bit of stuff. I could work on some things. I could connect with some people. But I just couldn't, put my name down on a schedule somewhere for somebody else's job or business where they told me I had to be here at this time, I had to be there at that time, I have to do these things. We wanted to build something that we could kind of be the masters of our own time, and then be able to use those little gaps in between. And because it's social media based, we interact on social media. Some would say, oh, people do it too much, and probably some people do. But the reality is there's so many of us now in the social media world that, for us to be able to utilize some of that downtime to be profitable time, that just seemed to make sense. Now you could connect with people through these different platforms in a way that was meaningful. And like you had said, our desire now is to really connect and coach other people so that they have the same skill sets that we have. It's not competitive in that. It's about training and equipping, connecting people to an online business that actually makes money, like something that's real. We wanted to build something that was real. That was why we picked this. It wasn't just some kind of fly-by-night, make some fast money. That's not what we were looking for. We wanted long-term. We wanted to gain skills that we could use anytime.
Yeah, definitely, Jim. I completely agree with you. During the 21st century, often I think busy professionals, to have extra money, they do many things. As I've heard from people, some people try to do like resuming. Some people often go for Uber Eats and everything. People even think of e-commerce. So what, from my point of view, I obviously, as you said, that I wanted to have this extra skill, because I think this is learning to leverage the social media. It's a very smart and very contemporary skill, especially at this era of technology or social media. And people spend a lot of time usually in social media, just scrolling their newsfeed again and again. So why not spend a bit of time to generate a business? So the viewers who are watching, so one of the key things that we have for you is that this is automated. We provide, once a person gets into our system, we plug themselves into an automated system that runs 24/7, regardless of whatever you are doing. So Jim could be in his electricity job, he could be in church, or he could be spending time with his kids, but the business runs in the background. Okay, he could just check whenever he wants from a time and place of his choice, and that's the freedom I think most humans would seek. So that is very special about our business, and the term that we use is called sales funnel, and I've told several times. So Jim, the next question to you is that now you're working with people from all over the world, from various different backgrounds. You can educate me, when you started the business, how many members were there? And I think it's now nearly 79,000. Could you kindly make some comments about the community of the people you're working with?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the community has been amazing. One of the big things that held me back from stepping into online business before finding this community was I really didn't have, I'm pretty tech savvy guy, you know, I mean, simple tech savvy. I know how to work a computer. I like my devices, you know, and I enjoy those kinds of things. So they're not scary to me, but I didn't know how to, you know, really connect with people. I didn't know how to use platforms like Facebook or Google or YouTube in terms of connecting with people in a meaningful way. Other than, you know, shooting some cute videos or putting nice pictures on, but that wasn't going to, you know, do business. So the community to me was beautiful. I mean, literally now, yeah, we're working with people we have connected with and are working with people in Australia, in the United States, all across Canada. We've connected and had really great conversations with people from multiple places in the world. And we just do it from, you know, here in our own home, in our backyard, and when we're going camping or whatnot. And the nice thing about the community that we have is the support. You know, there's constant access to support, but it's no obligation in terms of, you know, you got to make this meeting, you got to make that meeting. It's not that. You're an independent business owner who can access all of the training and the step-by-step tutorials whenever you want, from wherever you want, because it's all online based. And if you have any kind of activity on Facebook, which probably you do, you're watching here right now, you honestly have everything you need to be able to get started in this community. It's that simple, you know, in terms of actually starting the process. If you have that kind of, hey, I can give myself to this, I'm teachable, I want to, you know, get something going that's legitimate, the community access is stellar. It's so good. We have support all the time from people, you know, popping in, sending us message, hey, if you need anything, reach out, let me know. And, you know, no obligation, just if you want to. You can build it as quick as you want or take it as slow and easy as you want. It's really up to you.
Yes, definitely. Excellent. I completely agree with Jim. So I think the next question to you, Jim, that obviously we have various personal developmental programs in our business. You yourself being a pastor, I think you are already a leader in your community. You're providing service to other people. So nevertheless, this business, how did it help you to become you know, much better personal leader for within the digital space?
Yeah. Well, you know what, I've found that so many of the interactions with people has been great. And like I had said, and you'd mentioned, you know, I love working with people and talking with people. So for me, you know, this has just kind of pushed that to a whole new level of just being able to engage other people. Now, I know that we have some people, you know, in our business community, like you say, I mean, there's thousands now who have connected globally. Some aren't so, you know, interested in, you know, kind of being outgoing and whatnot. But the beautiful part is it's social media. So you can be, or you don't have to be, you know, super engaged in that. But I know for me, on the personal development side, the tools and the skill sets that I've been able to gain and understanding how to use social media platforms has helped me across so many different, you know, I guess, situations in my life. Now, being able to meaningfully, especially in light of all the stuff that's gone on over this last year, you know, worldwide in terms of troubles and all the stuff that's gone on. I know for even my church community, understanding social media, understanding true connections, how to be able to reach out to people and help people, you know, especially within finances or other opportunities, it's been a huge blessing to be able to have that comprehension and understanding, because the tools and things that we've learned here, you can really apply them anywhere and become so much more engaged, you know, with whatever you're doing.
Yes, for the viewers, just few sentences from me is that, I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, as long as, let's say, you have basic English language knowledge, you have social media account, that's all you need, and you just need to be coachable, because we take it from there. I've interviewed various members over the past 3 months. I've even interviewed members who didn't know how to copy and paste links. You know, we have got very inspiring leader in this community who didn't know how to use Google or YouTube. So what it means, the video, the training is so easily explained. Obviously, many people could be much more educated or much more acquainted with the digital space or the technologies, but it is designed for thinking that, okay, people don't know anything. So it is designed in such a way that if you become from an amateur to a pro within, let's say, if you are persistent, if you stay plugged in, if you follow the training, and if you have questions, reach out to your mentor or your coach. It could be a pro, like, let's say, within 6 months or something. So Jim, that's my next question, that what have you achieved so far from this business?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's the exciting part for us. I mean, I actually co-owned the electrical contracting company. That was family, passed down, third generation. My brother and I co-owned that business, and when we bought it, we bought in, at $300,000. Was what we paid for that company, and which was a deal. My father was like, "Hey, well, I want to make this possible," but I mean, it was a lot of money, that we stepped into it. And but we knew and understood that within business, hey, if we can put an investment into it and then pay it off in under 5 years, everything after that, for us was great. But it was still a daunting task, going into that kind of, brick and mortar service kind of industry, and it was a lot of work and hard physically on our bodies. And so, that was kind of already in my mind, that I knew if I was going to build a business, there's some kind of an investment personally from me into it. But with this one, I mean, it doesn't even compare. Like, to be able to get started in an online space like this for as little as it cost, to be able to even just kind of get the information, just blew my mind. But I remember having a conversation, early on as we were considering it, because it was the same. We had seen somebody kind of advertising this opportunity to be able to learn how to earn money online. Almost seemed too good to be true, but we knew we were at that place where there had to be something out there. So let's check it out. I mean, it didn't hurt to check anything out, right? I mean, it was send an email and and our name. They provided us with great details and information, and started from there. So we knew we had to check it out. And then as we did, I remember having this conversation, with one of our great coaches. Her name was Sarah, and she had said, for you guys as a family, what would make this meaningful to you guys? If on a year you could earn a certain amount of money, what would be significant for you? And so we had already calculated, all the costs for our kids' activities, and we thought, man, if we can make like $10,000 extra a year, that would be good. I mean, we're just doing social media stuff, right? I mean, surely 10.
I understand.
And right away she said, you got to think bigger than that, because I'm telling you, the potential here is amazing. And we thought, okay, well, that's nice to say, but so here we are now in 2021, and we're in the middle of March, and by the middle of February of this year, we already made $10,000. It was just not even 90 days. It was like 60, not even quite 60 days. We had already accomplished what it is that we thought if we could make that in 12 months, we would be happy. So the potential that is here for people who are actually interested in starting something that's legitimate online, the potential is amazing. And I mean, the potential for us to continue to go, we're just starting. We're in not quite 2 years yet. We're 22 months in to this business. And we're already blowing past our initial goals, here at the beginning of this year. And so we're thankful. And the connections and the interactions. We were just on a Zoom call last night with the people that we now connect with regularly. There was 8 or 10 of us that were on a Zoom last night, strategizing together. And this is just like one of our smaller groups. We're part of other groups too, but these ones, we just call in and say, hey, tune in from wherever, and let's just put our heads together for an hour and have a conversation. We all know each other. We're all similar, but we love the connections. We love the fact that we have succeeded, in terms of our financial goals already. And I mean, there's years to come, because literally it doesn't busy our time. I'll pop on a device, have a great conversation with another business owner like yourself, and I'm going to go in and help homeschool my kids for a while before I head out and have a meeting with somebody from our church. So it just fits into your life. And then some people, they turn it into their whole, this is everything they do every day, and they're really succeeding. So we're thankful for that. We love that. We're seeing these goals and kind of dreams that, we had. Could this happen? They are happening, and we're just early into it. So.
Yes, so the viewers who are watching, I mean, you might be wondering why is the reason. So let me just give you a bit of information about that. What makes, I mean, for a business to be fruitful in the online space, you can't make good money with low ticket programs. Okay, so the experts from our business community who started this business, they did an extensive research. They have significant experience. We don't have, but they have significant experience in sales and marketing. They come from those backgrounds, and So they did an extensive research in the product area. Okay, so they needed to know that what kind of product that might be useful for everyday life person, and what is yet attractive and yet affordable for an average person like Jim or me or someone else in living in a, let's say, more or less in the developed countries, or even in India or in this part of the world where people, let's say, have a similar sort of, let's say, an average income, still want some extra. So that needed to be figured out. So the company that we work for, that is it's in the business for 46 years. It's located all over the world in 38 locations in 23 countries. The product and the compensation plan is very attractive, and that is one of the reasons why people are able to make a good sum of money. We're not going to reveal everything here in the online space because there's 3 billion people out there, and we need to protect our business model. Of course, this information is released stepwise, and this is very standard. And once you take the action, you become part of our community, you get to know all this information, why this is and this is obviously, as I said, all of us are taxpayers. Jim is a taxpayer in Canada. So this is a legitimate business, and we follow the regulations of the respective countries, and of course the regulation of Facebook to do our business. So that's what is more or less our business code, and we are the largest and the best digital marketing group in the online space. The last question to you, Jim, is that could you please make some final comments for our viewers to take action?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I remember watching, you know, the webinar that we were invited to, you know, just to take it. And the other thing I love about this community is it's not pressure. It's not those high sales or high pressure sales people that call and say, hey, you've got 10 minutes to make a decision or this opportunity. None of that junk around here. But I remember watching that webinar, and I actually probably watched it about 6 times. You know, like I watched it, and then I watched a replay, and then I'd bring it to my wife and say, hey, did you check this out? You know, let's look at this together. And I'm so glad that we took the time to check it out, because there were, if I had not, you know, I had nothing to lose. And if I had not taken the moment to say, even though my mind says this probably can't work, I'm going to check it out. It doesn't cost me anything to check it out. And I'm so glad we did, because it has changed the course of where we've been going over the last 22 months. And the hope and the promise that it shows moving forward from here on out is a relief for us. Because, I mean, I don't have a pension plan. I mean, I set aside, you know, some money for my retirement one day. But I mean, as a pastor and even as an electrician owning my own business, there's no pension. You know, I don't have something promised to me from another company. That's something we have to do. And so I've got kids who are going through education at some point. I'd love to help them. You know, I want to be able to make sure that we're okay moving forward. Now we have this business that we've started, that we are building, and it's just getting bigger as we go. And we're thankful for it. But we had to take the opportunity to step out in faith and say, I'm at least going to check it out. Now, I had nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose other than to just, you know, send an email in your name and say, hey, share some details with me. And literally, that's all that will be done. Unless you want to carry on further, it's just a matter of giving you the opportunity to be able to see what it is that is changing the lives of thousands of people now online. And I mean, really, every company functions online. You know, whether it's you know, a clothing store or Nike or whatever, all these companies function online. They all use advertising online. They sell their stuff online. Online is not scary. It's not some unusual place. Every successful company functions online.
So the viewers, from my side, final few words. Obviously, this is, as I said, 2021. Everything is online space, starting from shopping, from education, buying tickets, whatnot. The whole world has survived the pandemic. Now it has opened up a bit, but just because of the online space, people even work from online space, okay, from home. That's the reality right now. So what separates our business from the traditional ones? Like everything is operating in online space, but those are e-commerce, right? And e-commerce business comes with, as I said, a lot of things. That is, you know, inventory, maintaining inventory, you have to ship products, you have to sell, and things like that. In our platform, there's nothing like that. You don't have to ship anything, you don't have to sell anything, you don't have to store any product. These are all done for you. and then there is no monthly fees, there is no expiry date. You can take a break. I myself took a break like 9 months and then got back to the business. You can take a break. There is no pressure. There is nothing. I mean, you just work at your own pace, at your own time, whenever you want and wherever you want. And there is another thing, as just Jim mentioned, that you can leave a legacy. You can leave this business to your next generation. And after a certain while, if you can achieve those milestones, then there is a fixed income, which is Jim said that is a retirement plan. He probably would have go there and have a fixed income. So the first step in the business is to watch a free webinar. You can just register there. There's a website link there. I will put your name and email and just watch it for 90 minutes. It occurs at 5 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. EST on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and 12 p.m. AEST on Wednesdays and Fridays. And then if you have question, you can reach out to me or Jim, and then obviously you can watch it again and again because it happens every week, twice, and you can just do your due diligence, you can do your research, and then take decision. So that's all from us today, Jim. Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure to have you in the show. You provided great value. I wish you all the best for your overall life and for 2021.
Thank you so much. It was great to be on with you, and great success to you as well.
Yeah, thank you very much, viewers, for tuning with us, and have a good day. Goodbye.